There we go. All right, I found it. Let's try to find something. So, this is my little unit shirt, by the way. So you can see Black Horse. So, there we go. See that there? I don't know if y'all can see the letters. Iron Horse. And then my old unit, 11th Armored Cav, 1st Squadron. I like this shirt. And then, of course, the American flag. Yeah, there you go. So, did I misspell the fucking title? Oh, sorry. No. I thought auto-corrected it. Oh, well. I'll fix it later. Yeah, well, I'm tired because I just woke up. Yes, this is, we usually have a tan shirt, but this is a unit shirt. So it's the same type of kind of weather wicking material. I think they call it some shit like that. And so, but it's customized. Xavier has a similar shirt, except it has his last name on it. And I just said, fuck it, just give me the regular unit shirt. So, this is so when you've accomplished things in life, you can get a cool shirt like this. So here we go. Here we go. You can actually get evidence that that you've done something. So yes, I've lost a little bit of weight, but I'm eating pancakes in the morning, so I'm going to reverse that real quick. So yeah. So you haven't really seen me around that much, because I'm actually doing shit. Last week of classes, so I'm trying to stay away from some of the nonsense, but I'm gonna get some breakfast. I usually will not eat until like 6 p.m. But this week I'm gonna need all my brain power because I got my final exams, and fasting and doing exam probably not the best idea. So never said I didn't tell you anything. I teach you anything. Actually, no, I shouldn't use that. Shouldn't did that. All right. Just thought about that. Just a second, folks. Watch me make some pancakes. Or one big pancake, whatever. I mean, it should use a bigger bowl, but whatever. Yeah. So, I honestly have not watched any of his idiocy this morning. I was curious to see if it was still live because I got the notification, but I said, well, I'll check my Pokemon Go. You know, that's more interesting. But before I went live, I was like, is this dude still live? Is he still up this early in the morning when it's like a prime time to be like looking for a job or something? Is he up crying about, me saying that people can't have a cordial conversation with him? I mean, I'm not lying. It's true. Just because he has moments where he isn't as much of an asshole. I mean, I'm not sure really. Like he can't say, well, I'm not completely inept. I'm not completely incapable of having a conversation with. Well, okay, that's kind of granted. Again, that kind of goes back to the whole hyperbole thing. So I did hear someone did tell me that he was chastising people in the chats for misspelling words or some shit like that. Was he actually doing that or something like that? Because I was like, that's the irony has reached an all-time high. It's just ridiculous. But I mean, what do you expect? Yeah, so y'all can't use the correct version of the word "your" because he's literally fucking banned it from his goddamn chat. Explain that one, but he's going to get on somebody else when he is functionally illiterate. Okay. Color me shocked. Should be waiting in the unemployment line somewhere. what he should be doing. But, you know, priorities. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Ah, shit. Okay. Ooh. Close. Tony Unspoken were banning left and right more quicker than usual. Well, man, they gotta circle the wagons. They gotta protect them. They know they can't control them, so the best that they can do is protect them. What do you fucking expect from two people who are so ineffective that they have literally changed no one's minds here? If we're talking about actually doing something, we're talking about being effective here on the internet, what the fuck that is. What do these guys like? I mean, I'm not gonna say I didn't enjoy our little conversation, but my mind wouldn't really change. But then again, I wouldn't try and change his, so I guess it's fair. When will you see some of the end? Well, it's a good question. That's a really good question. We're trying to get at least a soft date. We're trying to get a soft date. We're thinking about doing kind of a promo video. Pretty much a private hangout. A few invites might be given out, but a private hangout where we're just going to film like the pilot episode and then just kind of put that up there so people know what to expect. But no hard dates as of yet. There are certain things that we're trying to, or certain individuals we're trying to recruit. Today I've spoken to the owner and the founder of Black Atheist, Mario Stanton. He's actually a friend of mine. And so he's on board, and he will be one of our future guests. And so I'm going to ask him to advertise in his group. And then I got to talk to Mandisa Thomas, Bridget Crutchfield. I've not spoken to them directly in quite some time, but I definitely want to get them on as well. And no, you don't have to be black to be on, but it's not going to be a completely ethnocentric type of program, because we're going to break some taboos. We're going to talk about some things that are we're not going to go full G-man and then fucking promote slavery. No, we're gonna challenge the adherence to the Democratic Party, whether certain social issues have just been blown out of proportion, or the current course in our society, is it the best way to go about solving issues, and just having some real talk, some real dialogue, because there's issues that me and MP agree on, and there's issues we disagree on, and there's some hard lines where Emperor Atheist and I really disagree on, and so y'all get to see that. It's a kind of a no holds bar, respectful but vigorous discourse where we actually discuss some of the topics that I rarely get to talk about, because you see, when I speak to Idiot Box over there, I can't actually discuss any of these issues in length because he doesn't understand nuance or context. So I'll get an actual chance to explore some of these. And we might bring on Ozzy, because you always bring on Ozzy. Why not? Why not? I just want to bring him on just so he can say I'm no one's bitch. That's really it. I don't want to hear any philosophy. I just want to hear him say that. That's it. Just so he can say Ozzy came on. He told us he was no one's bitch, and that was it. It's gone. That's it. Donezo. That's it. That's all I need in my life. That's all I need in this life of sin. With me and Mrs. D. That doesn't sound correct. There we go. Okay, so sorry, I'm not as animated. I can get up. I am a morning person, but tad. What y'all doing this morning? I heard he was saying some stupid shit about Big Bang cosmology, which I'm really not surprised about. Part of me kind of wishes he would do like a compilation of all his stupidity, just so we could have it all in one place instead of having to look for it on different channels and different videos. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. Have call it the compilation of stupidity, or have have it like have it be its own channel. If you can split it into separate videos, like here's a whole playlist of science. Here's a whole playlist on philosophy and theology. And then you break the videos down. Like the whole channel will be just like fractal wrongness. And then you break it down in the fucking playlist and series. The two horns of stupidity, you know, philosophy series. Like I don't know, something creative like that. I think it'd be funny. I think it'd be hilarious. First video is true empiricism, inner solipsism, and solipsism. Gotcha. You gotcha. The end is near. That's right, Nate. That's right. Let him know. Oh, Nate, did you get my message in the chat? Mario Stanton said that he's game. So we got Mario Stanton. I did talk to Brian Dance the other day, and then she's interested in joining. I mean, she's every time I send her an invite for stuff, she's always been down. So I look forward to disagreeing with her definition of things. Respectfully, of course. Respectfully. She's a lot of fun. She's a lot of fun. Ain't gotta agree with her. Just extend her a bit of respect and have a fun time. Yeah. Look, G-Man will be so proud. I'm cracking eggs open. Look, G-Man, I'm cooking. Look, I proved you wrong. But I was listening to Nate while I was in the lab yesterday. Actually doing science. Well, excuse me, fucking up science. Because my experiment that I've been working on for the last week is fucked. So that's the thing. I just did it anyway, so whatever. I'll just put it in my notes where I think I fucked up. Probably at the very beginning with having media that was insufficient. I think my media was lacking glutamine. And well, for drag, why would your media be lacking glutamine? I think that because the PSG was mislabeled, that I didn't add it. And so I could have sworn I did, but maybe I did something to the PSG and I cooked it. I don't know. And so it's lacking glutamine, so the cells aren't proliferating the way that they should, not looking the way that they should. Because they should be, they're not forming their extracellular matrix. They're just sitting there in suspension, so I fucked up something. That's part of the learning process. But that means I go back to the drawing board and I go sit down. Yeah, true. But so last night I did make a video. Since G-Man likes making parody videos now, I encourage you all to make parody videos. Trogdor Jr. made one this morning, and it's fucking hilarious. Like it's like he's not going out of his way to be really animated because he's in the car, but it was pretty fucking funny. It was pretty fucking funny. So if you've not been to Trogdor, can somebody link that video? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna link that. Watch that. It's actually pretty funny. So I am not the first atheist to get on here and cook and talk about non-belief. For you old heads out there, y'all remember Chunks of Earth? You used to get on Blog TV. Chunks of Earth. Back when Vaughn TV was a thing. How many of y'all remember Vaughn TV? That shit is old. That's back when Lord Stephen Christ had his fucking daily ass shows with his stupid fucking cult. How many of y'all remember that? That's old. And so somebody that I know has been around these parts way longer than that. And some of y'all see him. He who is nobody. He who is nobody has been around for a long time, longer than most of us. I still don't know who he who is nobody is. They've maintained their anonymity for like fucking 10 years. But he who is nobody has been around since then. 13 Heathens has. Whew. But man, let's see. Uh-oh. It's like speaking of old heads, it's like somebody's picking a fight with Bruce Shepard. Bruce is a cantankerous guy. It's kind of like Gus in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, he's like Gus. So he's always going to draw attention to himself because of his vigor. But it's definitely an admirable trait. One of my favorite memories of Bruce is when and it's like one of my first videos when this is when a neo-atheist was making his rounds, and neo-atheist was in there too. But it was Timothy Havener, Bruce, Rand Campbell, Jade, myself, neo-atheist, and I think someone else was in there. And Rand Campbell and Timothy Havener, can't remember his name. They were going at it. They were going at it, and man, Bruce was in there trying to like Jade had lost her shit. It's like enough, like Shang Tsung for Raiden from Mortal Kombat. Enough. But man, it was epic. It was epic. I named it Christian Love because Bruce was just going off the fucking rails. And Bruce was, I'm sorry, not Bruce, God damn it, Rand, not Bruce, because Bruce was trying to calm folks down and get to the bottom of it. Believe it or not, it's on there. Believe it or not, Bruce was trying to settle shit. And so Rand was going nuts. And Rand was saying shit like he had enough money to saw the world in half, and then he would leave you on the other half. Or some shit like that. Like I can't make this shit up. Folks. Like he was actually saying shit like that. Just like, really, bruh? Like, who says shit like that? Rand Campbell. Rand motherfucking Campbell. Rand Campbell. Who's now a flat earther. But I am told that Rand does genuinely believe flat Earth. Now, many of us don't believe that because we know Rand. We know Rand. We understand that Rand is a little loosey-goosey with the truth, with reality. So, it's really hard to believe, but sources close to Bruce say that yes, he genuinely does believe it, and even his own wife is frustrated with his obsession with the flat Earth because then he tries to convert, his in-laws. But Bruce is a smart guy. Don't I keep saying Bruce. Rand, not Bruce. Shit. Sorry, Bruce. I meant to say I keep getting y'all confused. Damn it. Rand is trying to convert his in-laws to flat Earth. So, if that's true, then it's not an act. He really does believe the shit. Which isn't too far-fetched. Not too far-fetched. Given some of the stuff that people have promoted here on this platform. Not too far-fetched. So, And show us my thing. Get the names right. Yeah, I know, right, man? It's still early, Shadow. It's still very early. Actually, well, no, it's not. It's 10. So that's why I'm getting coffee. That's why I'm getting coffee. Trying to get my mind together. Because I have to go study some tissue culture stuff. Oh, my cousin just sent me a text about something. Okay. No one ever wants to message me when I'm not live. Like, it's always, I go live, they want to text me shit. So what Jesus is Lord just came out of nowhere. I would have to say, part of me misses like the old school G plus YouTube, because you have vigorous, you know, animated folks like Rand, like Bruce. He didn't have to love him, you know, like Raw. But at least they would come into a hangout, and they would engage. They definitely engage with you, and they challenge you. It's not like this bullshit here where, you know, they're side chat heroes like Jesus is Lord. Man. It's crazy how over time people become more and more bitch made. So, oh, y'all going at it? I'm thinking about just leaving the hangout open here, well, the mobile hangout open, just letting y'all talk while I eat. I'm just gonna watch the side chat while y'all hear me smack. Some Aunt Jemima. But if you've not checked on Facebook yet, there is a Three Black Heathens page that's already made. I put the intro up there, and it's scheduled to post, I think, at 4 p.m. or something. What the hell are y'all saying? Pancakes. I don't have a waffle maker. Pancakes. So, what kind of topics would y'all like to hear about? Oh my fucking god, dude. You're killing me. Okay, hold on, folks. Let me fix this. Okay, there we go. Is Left Behind the sequel to Infinity Wars? Ha! That's funny. Could make an argument for that. The Rapture is Thanos snapping his fingers. Because we have a format, but specifically we are interested in what you guys want to hear. And actually, oh, now I think about Nate, there's some discussions with all three of us, I think on your channel. I wonder if we can clip that for another promo. Yes, Fruity Pebbles. These are atheist Fruity Pebbles. So they're actually they're They're actually science stones, so you can't have any. Sorry. Yeah, so we're interested in what you guys want to hear us discuss, because we got news, like politics, sports, some G plus stuff. State of the American education system as it affects African Americans. That's a big topic. I have to draw upon some personal experiences with that. The issue is, well, the challenge, not the issue. The challenge is not making it completely anecdotal. Because I can say American education is shit because, you know, my education at certain points was subpar. I have to tie in some facts, some stats. I am eating pancakes. They're just really big. It is hot in here. How much of G-Man's ignorance is fault the public education system? Good question. Now, I did go turn on the air. If y'all notice something, if you notice something that, you know, sometimes I'll mention that I received subpar education at certain points in my life. Well, it's because it's multifaceted. It is because, well, I was in school districts that were pretty poor, and that I was in an area in which the discipline method for certain individual situations wasn't the most efficacious. Oh. Hey, do you have a Walmart app? Mom was talking, you have a Walmart app? Yeah, app for Walmart, like you sent Bobby money at one point. I'll have to have it. The website? Okay. Can you send her $40 and I'll just transfer some of you on Facebook? Because I don't know if she's talking to me. She's texting me about that. Okay, sorry about that, folks. I had to we had to send our mother some money. That's what good sons do. So I say that I received subpar education because looking back, there are certain standards to which education is to be upheld, and a part of that is making an environment that is conducive for learning. That wasn't always done, and in fact, it was quite lax. So that made it hard for me, as well as having many instructors who were quite antagonistic and not really receptive to genuine questions, assuming that you know, someone with difficulty learning was them being facetious and malicious. So at a very early age, I was turned off from formal education, but later learned that yeah, moving around, experiencing different things, not everyone's like that. Not all instructors are like that. But I'm willing to grant that anyone has at any point in time terrible experiences with having, you know, someone teach them. People just being ineffective and then just not being in the correct environment. But for G-Man, have you ever really heard him say that he received subpar education? Because like I said, I say that because it's a fact. Shut the fuck up. Don't you start. You've never really heard him say that. Has anyone ever realized that he doesn't actually say that? he'll say something to the effect of, I found science boring, and I was, and he'll do all the emotes and stuff like that, like he was sleeping. But he never actually says, my education was poor. Never. He will tell you all day long that he received all A's and pluses in school, which I think is a lie, but then again, it's G-Man. So, supposedly he graduated high school in Pennsylvania. Now, there are some decent schools in Pennsylvania, and some that are not. Who knows? But what I do know is that he has a codependent type of mindset. So, Drag, what do you mean by that? His mindset is geared towards being codependent upon another person. So whether he's successful in something or not is always someone else's fault. They always need to be there in order for him to do something. And there's always another person there that has to almost act as like a gatekeeper in order for him to be successful. An interesting thing is, and some of you caught on to this when he'll say that, well, if some of you were really good at science or really good teachers, then I would have learned this already. Now, that right there is very telling to me, because he's completely and utterly shoved away his responsibility. Yes, I am losing weight. I'm down about 20 pounds since the beginning of this year. He is completely shoved off all responsibility for learning onto the other person. Now think about this for a second. Take a good long think. There is a certain responsibility in the pedagogical arts, the art of pedagogy, where it is the responsibility for an instructor to communicate information to the learner, to the student, to the trainee, in a way that makes them more receptive to it. We'll say that. That's not always the case. That is not always the case. The perfect example is the military. Now, mind you, I've been through public school education. I've been through military school. Completely different ways of teaching. Here, in public schools, teachers will try and alter their teaching styles to better suit the students. Some special needs students, like a particular idiot from New Jersey, and some of you have actually seen the infidel man, Reginald Finley. He's actually spoken about this when he had discussions with G-Man. He said it reminds him of him having discussions with some of his special needs students. Now, of course, G-Man took offense to that, but it is true. When you have a special needs person, there's a certain way that information has to be communicated to them. And then the technique that Reggie uses is the Socratic method, right? Well, that's something that Reggie, as an educator, mind you, he is an educator, he has identified. But then on the other side of things, because Reggie too has served in the military, he knows that the requirement is completely on the learner. It doesn't matter. They will not change their style because you can't learn and you can't get right at all. It's either you conform or you get the fuck out. So you think about that. Think about that for a second. In the civilian world, it is made possible for people to learn things through a myriad of ways. Some people use analogies. Some people have to, find some type of way for them to get a tactile experience of it, because I am a tactile learner. Some people are visual, some people are audio, what have you. But For G-Man, the onus is completely upon, in the civilian world, the person teaching him and not him to learn different ways to absorb information. Part of the problem is that, and I love this illustration, you can't fill a cup that's already full. The problem, one of the problems why G-Man can't learn is because he thinks he knows everything already. He will tell someone who's going to school for this shit, who can have a PhD and has actually contributed to the field, that they don't know what they're talking about. It takes a certain level of gall to do that. For a guy who lives in his sister's attic to tell someone else that they don't know what they're talking about, height of arrogance. There's nothing that I can tell my instructor as far as anything within cellular biology, tissue culture. There's nothing that I can tell him because I don't have that knowledge. I don't have that experience. Conversely, there's nothing he can tell me about military stuff. Nothing at all. He doesn't have experience there at all. So there's a certain level of respect that we reserve for one another. And in our relationship, there is a mutual respect. Well, one, because I'm a non-traditional student and I'm not fucking 19, 20 years old. He is still double my age, but he's not, 4 times my age. So there's a certain level of respect, but there's also a certain level of respect that I reserve for him in his position as a teacher. If I don't learn something, it's less to do with the instructor, because the instructor does have a responsibility to communicate it and be flexible enough to do so. But not every instructor has those tools at their disposal. So as a student, you have to be very flexible. And that's one of the good things about the military, is that you're gonna learn. you're gonna fucking learn one way or another. Adapt and overcome. One of the core tenets of military service is adapt and overcome. You don't see that with G-Man. You don't see him adapt to situations and overcome challenges. You see him kind of scoff at it because he knows that he can't overcome it. He willfully obfuscates when it's something he knows nothing about. Again, because he can't adapt and overcome. Interestingly enough, you see some of his buddies do it. And that's why some of them come here. And I offer them the opportunity and say, if you really want to discuss something with me, I make myself readily available. But then some of them, most of them, all of them, sit in side chats away from me because I'm a challenge that they cannot adapt and overcome. They can't surmount Dragnot. I take pleasure in that. It's not that I, say go eat a bag of dicks and mute them mic. I welcome them because I know that they're inferior to me. That's right. You know who I'm talking to. So that's where that line is drawn. And even though through my quiet frustrations and off-air hangouts about my own shortcomings, I know that at any given time I put in 5 times as much effort to understand things. At least 5 times. Yes, I've lost weight. No, it wasn't all beard weight. I put in lots of effort to understand things that sometimes don't make sense to me. And I am very fortunate to have people be placed in a position and offered to be in a position free of charge in order to assist me in my goals. Because there is someone in the community right now who has been spending an enormous amount of time with me in off-air hangouts, going over a topic that I've never been good at. because I remember something. I don't remember all of my accolades. I don't remember all the praise and admiration that I get. Because some of you watching, like, well, why wouldn't you do that? That's because I get too much of it. Hold on. One of Tommy Hall's employees is out there. Huh. I get too much of it in real life. I know certain CCP members might be upset with that, but it's the truth. I get lots of praise. There are people with PhDs stop in their tracks to shake my hand and ask me when the next time they can talk to me. That's the truth. If people want evidence for it, I can give you emails. So, what I remember are my shortcomings. What I remember are my areas of my deficiencies. What I do then is say, well, I can't say that I'm doing anything, despite all the admiration, despite all the praise and accolades and accomplishments. I can't say that if I'm not overcoming adversity. Right now, I'm struggling to remember a basic, algebra techniques, because it's literally been 15 years since I've had to use some of these things. I've learned how to save people from emergency medical situations in a war zone, but I'd be damned if I could tell you how to turn a fraction into a negative exponent. But it's certain little things like that that really makes you laugh when you look at the actual difficulty of one versus the other. But come back to that old saying, if, use it or lose it. In theory, one is much more complicated than the other, but you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. You'd be really surprised what you can put your mind to and do. Most people in the chat couldn't imagine taking fire and then having to save another person and then preserve your own safety, rushing into an active war zone, knowing that you will probably die. That takes a lot. But so does me staying cool and calm over something as stupid as fractions and negative exponents, and just remembering that. Because I can tell you the countless hours that I spent doing full body examinations. I can tell you the amount of time it took me to learn anatomy and physiology, as well as pathology, field sanitation, chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear, precautionary techniques. I can tell you it's an incredible amount of time, incredible amount of stress to do that. But I put my mind to it. But there was not a point in time where I said, well, I can't get this because my instructors were shitty. Some of them may have had a role in it, but at the end of the day, it's up to you to make sure that you do what you need to do before you see any instructor, before you seek any tutelage. You have to make sure that you do enough on your end to supplement, or actually just gain a foundation for what you need to do. And that's something that a lot of these guys lack, especially G-Man. G-Man's not going to actually read, because if you've noticed that I've kind of switched gears a bit. Instead of just calling him a fucking dumbass, I said, how about this, G-Man? If you really want to answer these questions, here's a book. Here's the title. Here's the edition, ISBN, page, and paragraph, subtitle, everything, subheading. I've given him all that. Given him all that. The one trick with that was that it required him to actually do some legwork, for him to actually do something. But I know he's lazy and incredibly dumb. Lazy, dumb people don't be successful. They're not something that the thing that is whatever these fucking people are. They don't have it within them to actually succeed. Don't know what it is. Might have been their upbringing. That's the only thing I can guess. But you can't try and put forth this idea that you're some type of skilled savant, but you don't want to put work in. Because just like G-Man has his weird criteria for, he has his own criteria for determining whether or not someone's knowledgeable or let me use his term, educated. Actually, I was talking to Sam about this today, and Sam even pointed out how contradictory it is. So according to G-Man, someone's educated is, one, if they actually have knowledge on the topic, which, yeah, but if they can communicate it to him and he can learn it and accept it, then that person's educated. But then he turns around and says, well, you know, there are educated people who can't communicate. Well, hold on. Wait, wasn't the communication part a part of your original definition? So then they wouldn't be educated then. So, like, what? It's just all of his stipulations, all of the ways that he likes to define things. And some of y'all probably noticed this. It's all self-serving. All of it is self-serving. Every single time. Now, the inverse of that would be to say, you know what, I'm going to separate myself from whatever this is, and I'm going to try and reach the standard. There is a standard. I need to work for that standard. I don't need to contort reality and turn and distort it to suit my needs. I didn't go into the Army saying, well, I'm only going to learn from the waist up, and I'm not going to do thorough body checks because I don't want to touch inside someone's crotch in their inguinal area. I didn't go through and do shit like that. There's a standard. I have actually three options. I meet the standard, I exceed the standard, or I fail and become refuse. And every time I aim to exceed the standard. And that's the difference between regular people who have potential, and these CCP members. That's why they're laughed at. Because even people who aren't doing great things in life, they're at least meeting the standard. They're at least doing what they need to do. So when I hear some of these guys try and clown me for whatever reason, none of it actually ever phases me. And I'm pretty sure that they've noticed that too. There's literally nothing that they can say to me, because I know that their words come from a place of insecurity and ineptitude. I know it. And they know it. Everyone else, all of you know it. That's why G-Man's so upset when he sees the comment sections. When he sees, you know, hey, standing out processing. Out processing is always the best. But he's so focused on the comment section. I see all the stuff in the comment section. G-Man's dumb. G-Man's this. He's so upset by that. I see stuff in the comment section too. Dragnot's a big old meanie head. Dragnot's a big old poopy head. He thinks he knows everything. Big old poopy head. And I laugh. I show it to Mrs. D, laugh too. Show it to Brett, he laughs too. Okay. But he's upset by that. He's upset because people acknowledge the things that he tries to hide from himself. But he doesn't actually hide. He knows. He knows, folks. Unfortunately, he tends to confide in all the wrong people. And then those people then confide in me. G-Man knows that he's inept. He's fully aware. He's aware. I just mentioned this shit about him being in his sister's attic just as that's seasoning. Just to kind of remind him of his place. Because he has no right to ever judge anybody about what they have and have not done. He should be out job searching right now, but so he has no right. He's not going to put in the work to make himself a better person. He's not going to be anything other than what he pretends to be on the internet. I am going to gel. But, and I said something the other day, and I want to reiterate this. I've preserved more Christians on here than G-Man ever will. As an atheist, I have no problem admitting that. There is someone on here who did come to me in a moment of weakness and asked me what they should do, and I told them to keep their faith. Now, that person has openly talked about this too. And if y'all ask around, she'll tell you. But I don't want to parade her around as some type of magical success story. It was just, I felt it wasn't my place to do that, and that she needs to work that out on her own, and that the price of abandoning faith may be too much, and that having a moment of weakness should not take away years of being a Christian. Now, I know as an atheist, it's weird hearing me say that, but I understand personally how hard a deconversion is, especially after years of believing. It is a very rough process. If you're not in the right state of mind, things can go really bad. So I'd rather someone keep their faith and explore whether they truly, truly disbelieve or whether they're having a moment of weakness. So that's something that that I can say that I've actually done, and that's way more than G-Man will ever do for anybody, at least here on the internet. Oh, for those of you just now tuning in, this is my old unit shirt. I was a part of Black Horse of the 11th Armored Cav, 1st Squadron. And then this is, of course, the American flag. And then you'll see on the back Iron Horse. I don't know if you guys can see Iron Horse. Probably. I'm not sure if it's at the bottom or top, but I know Iron Horse is up there somewhere. So Iron Horse, Black Horse. Yes. I had one, well, I was supposed to get one for Alpha Troop, but I didn't end up getting it. I should have gotten one for Alpha Troop looking back, because First Squadron was okay, but I like my guys in Alpha Troop. Those, that's my family. But I know I'm talking over the heads of quite a few people who really don't understand what it means to really, really sacrifice. It's frustrated. It's reversed on your screen. The flag is on my right. Actually, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Why is it over here? Why is that here? And oh shit. No, hold on. Because the flag. Yeah, because my flag kept falling off. Yeah, the flag is supposed to be up here, and then your unit patch is here, and then name tape, and then so yeah. It's just reversing your screen. Okay, you got me messed up. So, but yeah, it's yeah. I had to think about that for a second. I was like, hold on, like name tape, flag, to make sure I got everything. Do all my checks. But it's so strange to me. Okay, that was my alarm to tell me that I need to get ready to go to school. So I'm going to end this actually. I'll end it in 5 minutes. But the onus is always on someone teaching him, or someone teach, and you'll hear some of his little butt buddies say that too. Well, I've never learned anything on here. Well, that's unfortunate for you. That means you're a really crappy learner. You are really terrible at learning. And that's what kills me. That's what kills me about some of these guys. I was able to get A's in both of my biology classes based on stuff I learned on G+, just listening and participating in some hangouts. And this is probably 3 or 4 years. Has it been 3 or 4 years? 2.5 to 3 years ago. 2.5 to 3 years ago, I was able to sail through both my biologies and labs because of stuff I've learned strictly here on G+. I could just fall asleep in class and then supplemented that by reading the PowerPoints, and I would have been good. I would have still gotten my A. But the fact that he hasn't learned anything is only a testament to his failure, not anyone else. That's it. Someone get a clip of Drake saying he managed to get AIDS. I'm positive I don't have it. I'm positive. Managed to get A's. Sorry, I don't feel like code switching this early in the morning. And actually, yes, a part of a segment in our new show is going to be on why I need to code switch. And I will talk that talk in my native tongue, and we'll see how much you guys understand. I'm not as bad as the Cajun OnStar video on YouTube, but many of y'all won't be able to understand me. So while I take certain not so dramatic pauses, I have to translate what I'm saying so that you understand me. I'm surprised some of you actually haven't caught me doing that every so often. But now, I'm just doing it to be funny. It's kind of like when Obama would give a speech, and he would emphasize certain words and make sure that he is very careful with the things that he says. It's how it's done. I love Obama's speech pattern, his code switching. There's a few videos of him not doing it, and it's hilarious. And he slips out of it every so often. But I gotta see what this. Yes, I was trying to sound like Obama because when he speaks like this, this is not his natural demeanor. This is not his natural speech cadence. He is code switching and enunciating so that he is understood by many. I can tell because of the odd cadence that he uses that it's something that he has practiced for quite some time. Y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know that's not how he actually speaks? If you didn't, y'all might want to go watch our show. And I'll explain why some of us have to code switch. Because those of us from Louisiana have a certain speech pattern that's not really understood outside of Louisiana. Some of you have gotten to hear me actually speak when I'm comfortable enough. And you'll see it slip out if I'm talking to, if I'm speaking to Nate, you'll hear it come out every so often. And they hear like, well, that's because, you know, Clintons are hillbillies, that's why. Sophisticated hillbillies. And not the good kind of hillbilly that'll let you ride on their four-wheeler and go mudding. Not that kind. This show, where's Nate at? Nate, plug the show. There's, if you type in, we've already made the YouTube page. We've already made the Facebook page. I think we gotta have a Instagram going and a Twitter. We have a Twitter tweeter. I can't remember. I think Nate's doing Twitter, and I think Emperor Atheist is doing Instagram. I might have it reversed because they were both talking about doing it at one point, but we have a Twitter tweeter. A Twitter tweeter. A Twitter that tweets. Tweeter twits. Taints. Rectums. Drake only does the shoe shine when he gets in front of the ventilator hood. Emperor has, Emperor Atheist has his own Twitter, but we have separate, we have a separate account. We have a brand account on YouTube that's connected to a whole separate fucking email address. And so that email and that account is connected to the Facebook, the Twitter, Instagram, whatever. And so we all have access to that. So I'm primarily the one that does Facebook, and then each one of us taking another little facet of social media. So we're waiting to hear back from, our graphic artist is going to work on the banner. I think sometime later this week we should have, we're going to use the image that you guys see for the show as the banner, and then he's going to like superimpose our faces, our portraits on something, and make the avatar for the Facebook page I think that's what's happening. So I wait on the artist to do that. But Pigeon French, but we are trying to get in contact with certain musicians. So, you know, not going to say who the musicians are. Actually, I think I already mentioned. Actually, I need to talk to Emperor, see if he agreed to it already. So, yeah, we got some folks. We got some folks already handling our stuff. So yeah. But anyway, folks, yeah, it's about to be 11:10, and I gotta walk to school. It may be Austin Miles 8. It may be. It may be. We'll see. We shall see. Might be somebody else too. Jerry, I'm about to go off, man. You just missed it. Nothing. I was cooking and talking. Can Ronnie help me running my cook? Yes! Yes! Cliff notes, real quick. G-Man's an idiot. The reason he doesn't learn anything isn't because people can't teach him. It's because he's lazy and he's an idiot. That's it. The other part is him and his buddies had to share something in common, and that they are all inept as well, and they just circle the wagons. So, oh, is that the real true? Oh, hi True, how are you doing today? I'll save a few more minutes for you, buddy. Just a few more minutes. True, do you know what this shirt is, True? Who can tell True what this shirt is? And why he'll never have one? Because it's ultra super cool. That's the real True? Yes, people tell him why I'll never get a cool shirt like this. Yeah, I heard them blowing each other last night about Matt Dillahunty. I turned it off and I went and laid down with my wife and looked at my phone and played Pokemon Go until I fell asleep. I fell asleep with my glasses in my hand too, because I was supposed to put them like on the thing next to the bed, but I never did. So I don't know. Look, if you're going to troll me with like light racist comments, you're going to have to do a little bit better than that. I've been black and I've been on the internet ever since the internet was a thing. You're going to have to try a lot better than that, man. If I had some bananas, I'd eat some on camera, but that you're going to have to, man. Think about it. I'm from the South. Ain't the first time I heard that. I've been black all my life. I've been out since the internet been out. So, and I've been in the fucking military. Just saying, I've heard a lot worse. So try a little bit harder. I'll keep you around though until you come on. Are you like spoken? Like you just make really bad fucking jokes, like really shitty jokes? My goodness. At least be a better troll. That's all that I ask. If you're gonna troll, be good. So, someone did ask us this. Before I actually go. Someone, Drag, can you tone down your sickle cells cotton too sharp? That's funny. That's actually pretty funny. I've never heard that one. Okay, you get points for that. That's actually, I'm gonna tell some folks that one. Yeah, G-Man has some weird like gay fetish on Matt Dillahunty and being in a closed area with him. Don't know what it is, but the funny thing, his comment was from Goodfellas. I've never seen it, so I don't know. Let's say, okay, looks like you're in the kitchen. Get a knife, use it. Help rid of the dirty brown delinquent, please. Well, I've never been a delinquent, so I don't. Is there someone else in here? You suck as a troll. Try again. I give you 5 minutes to come with something that's a lot harsher than that. Come on, you can do it. Come on, I give you 5 minutes, man. You can tell that I'm starting to tear up right now. Starting to tear up just a little bit. It's coming. It's coming. There we go. Okay. You got me. I shed a tear. Oh, God, yeah, it's probably spoken. It's a terrible fucking troll. So the uh, the weird thing that's the weird thing that I find about G-Man and these CCP members is that they're terrible fucking friends. My God, y'all are bad. Hey, oh. Hey, did you send it? Shit. I forgot to text my mother back. Okay, I gotta stop fucking with y'all. I gotta text my mother back and actually do something important and go get an education, or at least attempt to. So, TLDR, our show is coming out. Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. That's what it was. Okay. Someone did ask on the Facebook page whether or not we'd be, I guess, entertaining G-Man. We really have no. Of course, as soon as I start fucking explaining it, the app crashes. Piece of shit. The name of the show is the Three Black Heathens Show. If you type in Three Black Heathens, it should come up. Actually, got to make sure of that. It's in my subscriptions. It's been posted. Someone feel free to post a link in the comments after I go offline. It's on Facebook. I think the IG and the Twitter are already set up, I think. But I will get the message out there more. Someone did say, or ask rather, whether or not we'll be entertaining G-Man. We're staying away from that. If we have a clip of them saying something just fucking stupid, we'll just play the clip. But there, at no point do we actually need to entertain fucking lowlives. I mean, we're looking for a particular group of idiots, a few groups of idiots, but the CCP are less than fucking dirt, really, and that's just me being fucking honest. Like there are more idiotic and more entertaining people out there who can actually have a conversation. In particular, Black Hebrew Israelites, the Kemetic crowd. There is a certain brand. They're not Black Hebrew Israelites, but they're not Kemetic. I'm trying to think. There's another like division that have some really funky beliefs, really weird beliefs, and I can't think of them right now. But we may entertain a flat earther or two, just for shits and giggles, just for flavor. But CCP, other than just pointing and laughing, you know, that it's really like it is old. It is that old. So it is what it is. I love the Weevils Canes got. Well, you know what? They got some HBIs out there, and a friend of mine graduated with one who's a nurse right now, and she's arguing with him on Facebook as we speak. So I'm trying to see if he wants to come on and tango. So it is what it is. But the interesting thing, and I'm not just targeting them because they are from a certain demographic. Well, some of them. Oh, there is a sovereign citizen kind of like movement within some of these groups as well. So it aligns perfectly with all three of us. A lot of them know dick all about genetics or biology, but then they will make all types of claims about where white people came from, you know, a lot of big-headed scientists and all that shit. So that's my area. The ones that are like referring to the old maritime laws and their sovereign citizens and stupid shit like that, that's MP's area. And then, of course, Emperor can discuss them from their Christian doctrine, and put it that in quotes, Christian doctrine, and debunk the shit. So all three of us can cover like three of the major facets that these guys will kind of come, like their flavors, you can kind of say that. So that's why they are on the target list. So we find some, they don't stand a fucking chance. Now, we're not going to all just gang up on them and shit like that. We'll address them as the topic evolves, and then just kind of switch off to whoever has a speciality there. But that's kind of what we're looking for. But that's in the future. So I have today spoken to Mario Stanton, the founder of Black Atheists. If any of you have been to any atheist conference, some of you might know Mandisa Thomas or Bridget Crutchfield. I need to talk to them still. But Mario Stanton is on board. So we'll get some information from him. And so We will discuss the dynamics of being a black atheist and actually how, the differences between being raised in a household of religious versus non-religious, and explore some of the more ethnocentric dynamics that exist there, because in my family it is quite a fucking taboo, and an incredible taboo to have a disbelief. So that's something that we're definitely going to explore, and how conversation that I had with Arn Raw led me to where I am now about raising kids in a non-theistic environment. So it's going to be fun, folks. It's going to be fun. Hey, you know what? Hey, Bruce, get him, Bruce. We will be discussing the heresy and the coonery of G-Man and his promotion of slavery. Bringing his stupid ass on, probably not going to be a thing. Probably not going to be, because tell you, Emperor doesn't want to deal with him. Nate's done with him, and frankly, it's just like, other than me pointing and saying, don't be like that, I mean, I'll stick to just kick him in the ass from afar. That's about it. So anyway, folks, thanks for watching. I got to make sure that Mama Drag has some money. So you do what you got to do. I'm going to school. I'm not. Is True still trying to? Is he trying to be funny? Like, I don't watch TV, so I'm not sure what. Can somebody explain to me real quick what he's talking about? Because I really don't watch TV. Oh, he's talking about without my beard. Okay. Did I tell you guys why I shaved? Did I actually tell you? Actually, I'll show you. I'll explain, because I don't think I actually told you guys why. I think I briefly explained it. Let me see if I can get it the way that they had it. I told some of you that I had a photo shoot. I don't think I explained why. So I think this is the look. Okay, so yeah, something like that. So yeah, I dropped my safety glasses, because I usually have them right here next to my pen. Okay, so there will be pictures in the next few weeks in print media and online of me, because I am now representing my new university as a member of the biotech program and also a veteran. So they took many pictures of me pretty much like this, and a side profile, some with the safety glasses on, glasses off, and something like that. And so it took well over an hour to do. They set up the cameras with the big flash and that big fucking white umbrella looking thing and all the fancy fucking equipment. And so I had a photo shoot with a very, very attractive Russian woman named Katya. And I'm going to be featured in the school's newspaper, and in an outside newspaper, I think called Insight or some shit like that. But the information is going to be sent to me. So this is the first time something like this has happened, is when I told my story to my last university in Maryland, and they put me on a billboard. So now I'm going to be in print media as well as a few other areas, because the original guy who did it, I think his name was Brett or Greg, I can't remember which. There was a Brett and there was Greg there. He liked my story, and he told some of the other folks, and so they felt that my story was inspiring, going from being a combat medic to becoming a scientist. And so they decided on this look here, since I still have my uniform. And so I shaved because I'm not going to look like a fucking, Afghani terrorist and have this on, because this is going to be shown to other veterans. Okay? So, by November or December. Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? But for those of you who don't understand, you can't have a full beard and then say that you're representing other potential soldiers, sailors, and what have you. So that's disrespect for me to have a full beard like that. I'm disrespecting the uniform. Even though I'm not in, even though I'm out, I'm done. That's still disrespect. My hair is borderline right now. That's acceptable. But I shaved everything off to show respect. So the deal is that even though I'm being exalted here and I'm being chosen to represent a really small facet of society, really small facet, I still have to show the proper respect and courtesy. Calendar for photo shoot. Oh, November, December. No, I'm Mr. January. So, when I get the feedback, I'll put some stuff in the drag chat, and it'll be for dragoons. So if you're a dragoon, you'll get some of that. Okay. So, if you didn't know anything about respect and courtesy, well, I wouldn't expect them to. I mean, you've not actually done hard work and earned shit like this, then it's hard for me to communicate until you lived it. So, yeah, what can I say? Hard work pays off. But maybe there's something that Shrew can do that I can't. All that fucking lip smacking, tongue wagging shit that he does, I can't do that, man. I got too much testosterone. So I'm gonna put this up and close out this chapter in my life officially. Well, I thought I did. So it's let me get this. Fat guy in a little coat. Sure, you're gonna have to try a lot harder than that, man, to hurt my feelings. Again, that's y'all need to step your game up. Say something really offensive. Like really, really offensive. Try it. Go ahead. I'm gonna start getting ready while you come up with something. Throw that in there. I need to clean up that closet because that closet is horrid. Oh, actually, you know what? I want to wear this shirt today because my mother-in-law bought it and I packed it away and forgot about it. Aren't you fat before your cocaine binge? Damn. Savage. May he rest in peace, Chris Farley. Chris Farty. Y'all know who was savage on Saturday Night Live? Y'all know who was really savage? Fucking Richard Pryor. Go, if y'all can find this video, I seen this shit years ago. It was a roast of Richard Pryor. Robin Williams was there. I don't think Chris Farley was there, but I just had his name too. He was a writer. Gay dude from Louisiana. God damn it. Fuck, what was his name? Paul Mooney. Paul Mooney was there, and fucking Richard Pryor outs Paul Mooney. Just like, man, savage. What? Don't be ignorant. People in Gary, Indiana do meth. Ah, that's true. Thank you. Yeah, that is actually true. Yes, not cocaine, it's meth. It is meth. Alfred. My name is Alfred. Alfredo. That is my name. There is a documentary, folks, on the amount of meth that is trafficked through Gary, Indiana, which is fucking hilarious. But then it would explain why somebody here lives in a trap house. She's my trap trap queen. That's what I'm gonna start calling Ronnie. Oh, that song, Trap Queen. That's Ronnie. Ronnie's a trap queen. She my trap queen. Fetty Wap. The bando. If you make that zip noise, Ronnie might take it as an invitation. Y'all are mean. Y'all are mean. There's nothing like I could say that would hurt Ronnie's feelings because like he has to look in the mirror. So there's nothing I can say that's worse than that, right? I shave, I look 10 years younger. He shaves, well, he looks like a better target for some random guy's semen. Like there's nothing I can say that would make up for that. I think that's how that guy in the park got that concussion. Ronnie was sucking him off and he fell over and hit his head. Hey, did you send it to her? You sent? Okay, all right, I'll text her. Hold on for a second. Gotta text mother. Okay, there we go. True empiricism is a god. He's a god among men. Don't y'all wish y'all could have flowing light? I think a lot of us are jealous of just his hair. That's about it. He got the right amount of genetics, but then again, I like not having a whole bunch. Because like this is too much for me. Like I'm gonna go bald, straight bald. I can't balance pussy. I guess G-Man's dicks is I guess his dick isn't dry. True empiricism's over here. Oh, I've been wondering, true. How does G-Man's dick taste? Because I imagine if you and your other 3 buddies are fighting over it, it must taste like fucking candy or meth or something. I can only imagine what it's like with a 3-way fight between you, Spoke, and Veckel fighting over G-Man's dick. So if you gouge out somebody's eyes, is that playing dirty? I'm not insulting. I'm just asking. Like I'm curious how his dick tastes. Is that why he went chocolate atheist? Yes. That's exactly why. That is it. You know what? I might just wear this shirt today. Actually, my fat ass, nah. I won't wear this. Throw y'all best at him, folks. I don't have it. There is nothing that I can say that's true that's worse than his real life at all. There's nothing that I can say to G-Man other than you have to live your life and I don't. That's really it. I get to go outside where I speak Hindi to my Indian neighbors and they get shocked every time I do. And I go into this fucking thing. That's where it stops. Every time I get going. All right. I am curious about something. I think Hana was trying to meet up with True just to have some lunch with the dude. Nothing serious. And he bitched out. Now I have to kind of wonder about a dude who would turn down a lunch date with a woman just kind of abruptly. I kind of have to wonder about him. Just saying. I'd be like, hell yeah. Oh, you paying too? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. You kidding me? Why isn't the impotent raccoon being blocked? Because in the Dragnot chat, even idiots have a voice. Now, if they're a shitty troll, nah, you gotta be a funny troll. Funny trolls are cool. If you're just trying to stir the shit with malicious lies, then
you can get the boot. If you're just having a fun time, bullshit, then that's different. Yes, I'm pissing. Yes, y'all get to hear me urinate. I'm doing this to entice True. I promise my urine tastes better than G-Man's. Oh God, turbines! Oh God, ATP, ATP, baby, ATP. Oh, beta clamp, beta clamp, beta clamps. Get the beta clamp. Oh. Here's an okay. True wants an actual insult. Here's just a fun fact. We caught you making so many gay faces that you no longer come on camera. The end. God damn it. True stole my underwear. Okay. There we go. You went to go sniff it somewhere. So Ronnie, why don't you come on camera anymore? I'm curious. Let's get away from insults. I'm genuinely curious why you decided not to come on camera anymore. I mean, ever since we started, posting those pics of you and your own hangouts, you seem to not really want to cut your camera on, at least in your face. We can see those nasty looking pterodactyl fucking legs that you have, but that's about it. I was a little curious about that. But it was just me, and this is just me thinking. I just thought that because, you wouldn't stop making all these gay poses that you just said, fuck it, I'm just gonna make the gay poses, but they're not gonna catch me. That's what I thought. But I'm pretty sure there's another reason. Pretty sure. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. Because I hurt your feelings? I don't think so. I don't think I hurt your feelings. Not at all. I don't think it has anything to do with your feelings. I just think that you can't help but to make those faces. And so rather than stopping the action of making the gay poses and faces, that you just said, fuck it, I'm just going to turn off the camera. So that's what I think. I don't think it has anything to do with your feelings. Not at all. I don't think half the things that I say affect people. Just people think it's funny, though. If I really wanted to hurt your feelings, well, then I just become successful. I mean, that's really what that is. That is the best insult. There we go. Oh man, I forgot how my hair affected. Shit. God damn. Woo. This is why I don't like having hair that mats up like that. Woo. Okay. There we go. Whew, thank you, coal tar. All these products my wife uses. If y'all have not seen Mrs. Drag's hair, I'll have to take a picture later. She got her hair did. So bye-bye Patreon money. But it's worth it, Mrs. Drag. Worth everything. Beer starting to come back. There we go. Yeah, 8-bit, that's what a lot of people say. Me without my facial hair, my face hasn't actually aged much. But unlike some folks, understand the difference between the appearance of age and actual aging. Very important. Some people seem not to understand the difference, but not everyone can be good at science. It's okay. We have other talents, like being shitty at guitar. Playing the same tune over and over again. Not tuning your guitar. Certain things like that. Okay. The vampire has to mature. I will. I'm gonna start. One of these days, I gotta show you guys a picture of my biological father. Have y'all guess his age? He's aged considerably in the last 30 years, but you probably think that he was 10 years older than 10, maybe 15 years older than me, or what I appear to be with my beard. Maybe. Man has some good genes. I actually do have gray hair. Some of y'all spotted it. I actually do have gray hair. That's an unfortunate consequence of living a hard life, doing hard shit. But I have not aged as horribly as Matt Bell. Holy fuck. I have not seen a motherfucker age like that, because I forgot he's supposed to be the same age as I think Hogtie, and I'm like, no fucking way. Are you serious? The guy looks like he looks like a cadaver's scrotum. Like, how do you look like that? Like, what kind of hard fucking life that you've been living? The hell you been doing, dude? Your fucking face looks like that. He grew a vagina. A crevasse in his forehead. How does that work? Oh shit. Alright. Oh, fuck. Time is it? I am definitely late to class. Guess who doesn't care? Actually, I do care. I do care. Hydrate, folks. Make sure you hydrate. It's very important. Make sure you hydrate. Make sure you hydrate. Oops. Matt Bellin. I've not seen good old Matty Poo in quite some time. Did he go over to Discord? Is that where he's at? Good old Matty Poo. Motherfucker. messages. Really don't need to lock up, but you know. Double time watch. 107. Oof. Uh-oh. Okay. Sorry about that. I realized I was still connected to my Wi-Fi. And I'm walking away from said Wi-Fi. So, might want to rectify that. Alright. So, it's probably going to rain today. Feels very, very incredibly humid. Cloud coverage. Yeah, you can taste it. It's in the air. Like, well, no, that's someone's cheap cologne. Yeah. Come on through the fucking gate. Fucking truck, let's go. I gotta go to school. Come on through. It's actually a nice truck. I'm not gonna say that. Alright. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Alright. F-150, okay. All black. Oh, man. And then here comes a raggedy truck. Oop. Alright. So, oh, sorry, that's Tommy Hall's employee back there. Sorry. I'm moving away from him. So, I guess he's run off. Oh, well. He was crying before that him and his other butt buddies can't talk in my chat. That's not true. They can, but I mean, if they've been blocking folks from their chat and someone over here has a wrench, I don't know what to tell them. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick and you get to speak. Let other people speak, you get to speak. Just reciprocate it. But I don't know. I think someone who has a mastery of psychology should really look at some of these folks and see what the fuck is wrong with them. I don't know whether... I think a lot of folks, a lot of weird folks on here have been coddled their entire life. They just had these really bad personality defects that just been enabled for years and years and years. And so they get on here and they think everyone else is just going to follow suit. It's like G-Man and the assumption that, well, it's up to everyone else. Because here's what I think. And I wanted to talk about this on another video. I might have mentioned it slightly before. The reason why Jackass is the way that he is because, actually, I did speak about this before, is that I get the feeling that his family blames his stupidity on him being lesser than your average person. They know that he has some type of mental deficit going on, and so they assume that the reason why, you know, he can't do anything is strictly because of that. Meanwhile, there are plenty of people who have mental deficits who go do great things. But so every time he fails, oh, you're just slow, honey, that's okay. You know, the world is just too hard for you. You know, a bunch of bullshit. Face challenges, yep. It's like anybody else with learning disability. Face fucking challenges, you overcome them. Some you can, some you can't. But I think they had this dude trained for 40 years, believing that if he can't get something, it's the fault of the person teaching him. That's what I think. I think fucking shitty ass family has got that into his head. He believes it. Because I can really not tell you. I have rocks in my shoe. I got rocks in my shoe. I can't really tell you why a 40-year-old man would blame someone else as to why he can't do something. A man, a manly man, a man supposedly with a penis and balls, a man who prides himself in being a manly man, a super masculine manly man, but then cowers and turns into a girl when he can't do something and has to blame it on someone else. I don't understand that. Maybe it's just me. I think it is just me. I think it's because he wasn't raised around any real men, and he wasn't nurtured in the proper environment, that he never really got to see what being a man was like. And so he thinks anything he does is manly. That exemplifies what it is to have manhood. Shit. Nah. That's what I think. I think that... Oh, okay, I did hit something. I was wondering why I wasn't seeing anything. I think that since he wasn't raised around, been nurtured, and taught to be a man, he doesn't actually know what it means to overcome adversity. Hold on. Hold on just a second, folks. Xavier, if you're watching, I think you have to get some type of voucher from them, and then that voucher then can be used for a civvy associated with the VA. I think that's how that works. I'm not too familiar with how you would go about doing that before everything has been processed, but if that person has recommended that, then they should know the way. That's a weird one, man. That's a weird one. Anyway, sorry, folks. I had to. That takes precedence over stupidity. And I'm vague enough so that y'all don't know what I'm talking about. So the issue is that you have a boy in the body of a prepubescent 14-year-old girl pretending to be a man, pretending that he's actually doing something. Meanwhile, cries because he can't learn something and blames everyone else. That sounds like a fucking kid to me. That sounds like a child. What grown man like that? I don't get it. But what's even crazier is that you would have other supposed grown men surround themselves with somebody like that. To find somebody to exalt, pick an actual man. I couldn't think of a worse example of how to be a bitch than BG man. Like, just be him. Be what he. Don't be what he pretends to be. Like actually BG man. I really don't get that shit. That's why I guess he thinks I say that as an insult. I don't see him as a man at all. I've been around manly men. And no, I'm not just talking about the ones with confirmed kill counts. The ones who have actually killed men and got paid for it. Those are some rough motherfuckers that you have to fight them to get their respect. And I did. I fight them again too after I work out and lose some weight, of course, and do some training. But I fight them again. But man, why would you stand behind a dude and actually, like, if y'all get a chance to actually look at him, like, I actually look at, and you don't even need my picture as a comparison, because I'm a full-grown something. But you can say I'm overgrown. Don't compare me, because he needs somebody on his level, like a high schooler in JV football or something, to compare himself to. That'd be a little bit more accurate. But he can't compare himself to me. I'm on a different level. Matter of fact, none of these cats can. They try to. They think they can, but no. Negatory. Compare G-Man physically to a 14-year-old girl in high school doing volleyball, something like that. Yeah, we go. Just pick any of them. It doesn't matter. Same build, same attitude, same level of knowledge. Nothing against the 14-year-old, volleyball player in high school, but that's G-Man. But that's just on like physique. Now mentality, you have to go a little bit lower than that. I'm thinking fourth, fifth grade boy who is just discovering that he likes girls and doesn't really understand how to interact with them. I would say that's on his emotional level. Now, as far as his actual knowledge, look, if there was a negative 10 age, that'd be it. If that were possible, if negative 10, and consequently it'd also be his IQ, negative 10. He harbors ignorance instead of knowledge. So how you do it? He does it. He manages the shit. Don't know. But what's crazy is that while much of a fuck up as he is, there's still people, just people who surround themselves. But I start to think, are they really his friends? Because I don't know. I started to notice that too, the way he referred to some of them, and then he does defer to them in certain areas. Like he thinks true empiricism knows something about science, which is cute. Like that's like saying my 7-year-old knows about physics because he plays with magnets. Okay, cool. But really, he only does that not because people have said nice things about me. So I'll prop them up right here and now in the conversation because it suits my needs here in a moment. But some of us were asking, like, so what do you actually know about True? Who are his people? You know where he stays? You actually talk on the phone? No, not really. I just see him online. What? Huh? What? You crazy? What? So hold on. You're this dude's friend. Does he know anything about you people? Nothing? I mean, I talked to Sam offline. Talked to quite a few people. We know a bit about each other's life. When I met JD Kane for the first time, the first conversation we had was about each other's life. So I have to wonder that's when it really started hitting me. It started sinking in. I wouldn't say that it hit me. It hit me when he turned around and started coming up with this conspiracy that all of us stole his phone and turned into super hackers, and somehow I was able to be in two places at once, next to him and upstairs hacking the damn phone. And it's like, you fucking idiot. But he lies. So I mean, it is what it is. He just makes up shit because he's frustrated. He doesn't know what to do other than just make up shit like a child. But I did not get it. Uh-oh, that's a bad wind. Yep, it's about to rain. I didn't get it until he had said that people betrayed him, betrayed his trust. I thought these people were my friends. They betrayed my trust. Say, hold on, bitch. I never said I was your fucking friend. I've gone out, I've eaten dinner with lots of people I don't like. And I've played the game, and I've been civil because that's what the situation called for. I don't have to like you. Big machinery next to me. Motherfucking flattener. They're repaving this road, looks like. This parking lot. I would sit out here and watch it, but I gotta get to class. Got 3 minutes, so I'll get inside. Yeah, also I'll be getting in the building right as class is starting, so I'm good. I said, hold on for a second. When did I ever tell this guy he was my fucking friend? Because that's not a term I use lightly at all. I've never, ever told this dude that he's my fucking friend. I've never given him any indication. And quite frankly, we made it clear to him that he's not to be trusted and that we're here doing a favor for somebody else. Some of us are satisfying a personal curiosity. But if I go another day in my life without seeing his stupid ass, that'll be a blessed fucking day. Because who needs that kind of idiocy around at all, ever? No one needs G-Man in their life. There's no point in time where someone needs that level of stupidity and ineptitude in their life. Nobody. That's like asking for hemorrhoids. G-Man is like a walking fucking hemorrhoid. And the people who support him are herpes because they keep coming back around. They're fucking worthless. All of them. Okay. Let me be fair. Antonio, I still kind of exclude from that. Okay. I kind of keep forgetting he waffles in and out of that. I'll try to give credit where credit's due. But then even he's on some bullshit. How cruel. Y'all see the man is distraught. And y'all laughing at it. Like, motherfucker. Are you serious? He's trying to get me arrested and I'm being cruel? My bad. I'm supposed to sit here and watch somebody who is dead up serious about trying to put me in jail. In motherfucking jail. In jail. You're going to jail. I'm sorry if I'm not empathetic towards his plot. My bad. Are you kidding me, man? You have got, like, that's when it hit me. And it's like, y'all, if G-Man just bit y'all over and fucked y'all spines out of your body, like, is that what happened? Did he just literally fuck y'all and you just felt you're no longer a chordate? You can no longer be classified as a chordate. You're done. Like, what kind of fucking weird fucking ignorant power does he have? Is he a mutant and he just makes you ignorant from being around him? Like, I've never heard no ignorant shit like that. You know, and walk up to a person. Hey, if someone's trying to put you in jail and they're distraught, should you feel sorry for them? Should you have empathy for them? No. The fuck out of here. Everything's about G-Man's fuck G-Man's feelings. I don't give a shit about that. G-Man's feelings, I guess they are scared of him. Because I guess that's one of the things I don't get. I really don't get why you'd be scared of a man-child with the hands as soft as a baby's butt, who can't even get his own life together. Scared of what? Does he know something about y'all that, you know, that fucking we don't know? Y'all told this man some deep, dark secret? Y'all scared? Y'all scared of him? Notice how G-Man's oinking True Day. Oh yeah, True probably sent him some dick pics. You know, probably flirted with him on the phone. Who knows? Over Skype. But man, like, that's the crazy thing. But they keep that idiocy over there. Y'all got hashtag ban Dragnot. Good. Keep going. But y'all still coming in my chat. Y'all notice that? Alright, I am at the school and it's gonna start raining. It's gonna start raining. Thank you folks for watching. Thank y'all who contributed to the legal fees, the Dragnot legal fees, because bitch boy is not too happy with that. Feel free to share it and tag him as well to remind him, since he wants to make LOL suits and will make LOL GoFundMes. And I am at Universidad. I'm gonna try and go learn something, unlike these cats. So, y'all have a blessed day.